In a quiet countryside, there was a small, humble farm with a thatched roof cottage surrounded by creaky old wooden fences. A lonely farmer lived there all by himself, with no family and no fortune to his name, only endless days of struggle and toil. Every single morning, long before sunrise, he woke up early and began his exhausting daily routine of hard work on the farm. He labored under the scorching sun all day long, plowing the dry, cracked soil, sweat dripping endlessly down his weary face. The farmer carried heavy buckets of water from the old stone well, his aching back bent from so many long years of hard labor. His worn clothes were torn and patched over many times. His meals were always plain and simple, just stale bread and cold water. As the golden sun slowly set behind the distant hills, the exhausted farmer stopped his work and walked back home ever so slowly. Alone in the dim, flickering candlelight of his empty cottage, he sat quietly and dreamed of a better life far beyond his reach. One peaceful morning, as the farmer walked outside to begin his daily chores, he suddenly noticed something very strange in his yard. There, in the corner, near the old wooden fence, stood a beautiful white goose, glowing softly under the warm golden rays of morning light. The farmer rubbed his tired eyes in disbelief and walked closer slowly, wondering where this mysterious and elegant creature had come from. The goose looked up at him with calm, gentle eyes, showing absolutely no fear at all, as if it had been waiting there just for him. The farmer knelt down carefully beside the goose and reached out his rough, trembling hand to touch its pure, snow-white, soft feathers gently. A warm, magical feeling rushed through his whole body instantly, and somehow deep inside he knew this goose was truly special and unique. With a grateful heart full of hope, the kind farmer decided to keep the goose and give it a safe and loving home on his humble farm. He gently carried the goose inside and prepared a cozy little nest with fresh, soft hay, not knowing his whole life was about to change. The very next morning, the farmer woke up earlier than usual, feeling strangely excited and eager to check on his new, beautiful white goose. He walked quickly to the cozy hay nest where the goose was resting peacefully, and then he suddenly froze completely in absolute shock. There, beneath the goose, lay a magnificent egg that shimmered and glowed brilliantly, with the most pure and radiant golden light he ever saw. The farmer gasped loudly and fell to his knees, trembling, his wide eyes fixed upon the incredible golden egg shining before him like treasure. With shaking hands, he carefully picked up the heavy golden egg, feeling its smooth, warm surface and the solid weight of real precious gold. He turned it over and over again in complete disbelief, watching the morning sunlight dance and sparkle across its flawless, shiny golden surface. The farmer looked back at the goose with tears forming in his grateful eyes, finally understanding the true magical gift he had been given. This was no ordinary goose at all, but a miraculous creature, sent to change his miserable life forever, and he could barely believe his fortune. The farmer held the golden egg tightly against his chest, his heart pounding fast with pure, overwhelming joy and complete, utter disbelief. He rushed outside into the bright, warm sunlight to examine the egg more closely, turning it carefully in his rough, calloused, trembling hands. The golden egg gleamed brilliantly under the sun, casting beautiful dancing reflections all around him, confirming that it was indeed real gold. He bit the edge of the egg gently to test if it was truly made of pure, solid gold, and the soft metal gave way under his teeth. The farmer laughed out loud with pure, uncontrollable happiness, tears of joy streaming freely down his weathered cheeks for the very first time. He danced around his small, humble farm like a young child again, spinning and jumping with the precious golden egg held high above his head. All the long, hard years of suffering and endless poverty were finally over now, and a bright, wonderful new chapter of his life had just begun. The farmer sat down on the soft green grass, cradling his golden treasure gently, smiling peacefully at the clear blue sky with deep gratitude. As the days passed by one after another, the magical goose continued to lay one beautiful, shiny golden egg every single morning without fail. The farmer collected each precious golden egg carefully and soon gathered an impressive pile of pure, solid gold, worth an absolute great fortune. With his newfound incredible wealth, he began to repair and improve his old broken-down farm, replacing the rotten wood with fresh, new timber. The shabby cottage was transformed into a beautiful, cozy home with a strong, sturdy roof and lovely, bright windows that let warm sunshine pour in. He built a magnificent, comfortable shelter especially for his beloved magical goose, decorated with soft golden hay and the finest polished wood. The once barren, empty fields now flourished abundantly with healthy green crops and colorful blooming flowers that stretched far across the land. The farmer finally wore clean new clothes and ate delicious, warm, hearty meals every single day, no longer suffering from cold hunger and hardship. Life was now absolutely perfect and wonderful for the grateful farmer, but deep inside his heart, a tiny, dark seed of greed began to quietly grow. But as the farmer grew richer and richer with each passing day, a dark, dangerous feeling of endless greed slowly crept into his foolish heart.